Hello again. This is lesson 2. So lesson 2 is about how to conduct action research. In lesson 1, we talked about what is action research and the mission, or after lesson 1, you need to think about why action research now. Why we are talking about action research or emphasizing action research in teacher education or in science and mathematics education. And the second question or second mission for reflection activities for this lesson is to what is the difference between action research and action learning. So think about those two questions, and this one is lesson 2. Today we will talk about action research process or how to conduct action research. First of all, what is the difference between conducting master or doctoral research or writing a thesis or dissertation and writing action research paper or action research report? Whenever we conduct a research for master degree or for doctoral degree, we start with introduction. When you think about your thesis writing, the chapter 1 is about introduction. It's about what I want to do. What is my research topic or what is my research question? So in chapter 1, so-called introduction, you are saying what I want to do this one, and this is my research questions, and the goal of my research are as follows. So you are writing a strong introduction, the necessity, why you need this research, and what you want to do, including research questions. That's chapter 1. And the chapter 2 is about what others have done with my topic. Isaac Newton said that we are looking forward on the shoulders of a giant. We are moving one step forward with my research topic or research area based on what the whole other people have done in that area. So that's chapter 2. It's about regarding my research topic or regarding my research question, what previous people have done and what they revealed or what they said about this topic. And based on those previous research, I want to move one step forward. So that's chapter 2. It's a so-called literature review. So you needed to review the existing literature and previous studies, and you need to compile a literature review. It acts as a background or starting point of your research. That's chapter 2. And chapter 3 is about method. It's about how to collect my data. What is my research strategy? What is my research method? You could conduct a survey, or you could conduct an interview, or you could conduct some other research method. If you want to solve your research question, you presented in chapter 1, how to solve your research question. It's about how to. It's about the chapter 3 method section. So that's chapter 3, and the chapter 4 is about the result. you get the result through method presented in chapter 3. That's your result. That's chapter 4. Present your findings of your research through method you described in chapter 3. It's all about answering your research question you presented in chapter 1. That's chapter 4 result. The final chapter is chapter 5. It's conclusions and suggestion. So, based on the result, draw conclusions and discuss the meaning or implications of your research. So, in summary, whenever you conduct research, it could be thesis or it could be dissertation, it consists of 5 chapters. Chapter 1 is our introduction. What you want to do is presenting your research goal and your research questions. And chapter 2 is a review of the previous researches, so-called what others have done in this area with my topic. And chapter 3 is how to solve your research question. How to collect data and how to conduct your research. It's about method chapter. And chapter 4 is about the result you have gotten through the research method and the discussion. People usually miss this part. Whenever you present your research, you need to present your discussion as well. Discussion is all about you are discussing the meaning of your result in light of previous research result. It's kind of a combination of chapter 2 and your result. You need to present discussion. Discussion is about you are saying something or interpreting your result in light of previous research. Your result it's consistent with the previous result, previous studies, or it could be some showing some contrast. Whatever they are, you needed to explain or discuss the meaning of your result in light of previous research. It's a kind of a combination of chapter 2 and chapter 4. That's result and discussion. That's chapter 4. So, in summary, whenever you present your result, you need to some kind of discussion. Discussion is all about solving or explaining the meaning of your result in light of previous studies. Okay? And the final chapter is about conclusion and implication. So this is normally what dissertation research steps or components. But in case of action research, it's a little bit similar, but it's a little bit different. Action research is about action. Action research is about solving problems in your action. Okay? So we talked about the features of action research. It's context bound, it's practice bound, it's about solving problems in your action, in your practice. So, action research, the procedures or process of action research consists of the following components. Step 1 or phase 1, planning the research. If you want to plan your action research, you need to review previous studies, what others have done and what others have said with my research topic or with my problem. If you cannot find any solution through action learning or action literature review, in that case you needed to conduct your own research to solve those context-bound problems, the problems that arose from your practice. And then you needed to collect some data through method, and then you need to present your result and conclusion. Let's look at step-by-steps of action research. Step 1, selecting a focus. It's about selecting or choosing your research questions to be solved. Okay, that's step 1. And step 2 is about clarifying theories. It's about literature review. You needed to review and examine what other studies are regarding your research question. Okay, it's the chapter 2 I presented in your dissertation research. And chapter 3, identifying the research question. And step 4 is collecting data. And if you collected your data and you need to analyze it and make sense of the data, it's a kind of interpretation or explanation. And then you need to present your result through data analysis. The data could be survey, or the data could be interviews or document analysis. Okay, and then you need to draw some conclusions, and you need to, based on that research conclusion, action research conclusion, you need to take some action. It's the biggest difference between action research and other types of research. Action research begins with practice, and based on the action research, you produce some kind of meaning or theory or knowledge. And then the final stage of your action research is to put that theory into action. The theory produced through action research is about solution. Solution to solve your original question. So you got some solution, and then since this is action research, so you need to put that solution into action. That's the final stage of action research. Okay, so step 7 is about putting the action that is derived from the research into. So you need to put that solution or put that theory into action again. That's the final stage of action research. So let's look at each steps in detail. Each step in detail. Step 1, selecting a focus or selecting the research topic for action research. So it could be, what element of my practice or what aspect of my student learning do I wish to inquire. Do I wish to investigate? It's kind of selecting action research topic or selecting research question to solve. Okay? And step 2, it's about clarifying previous theories, background knowledge, what other people have done with my research topic. And you need to narrow down research questions. Okay? And then step 4, through your own research method and strategies, you need to collect data. Okay? Whenever you collect data, they are emphasizing in action research triangulation. It's called triangulation. It's about data collection is to identify other sources of data that might be effectively surfaced with test, classroom discussion, or questionnaires. I mean, whenever we say triangulation in data collection, it's about using various ways of collecting data. When you improve your classroom teaching, you could conduct some kind of student surveys, or you could conduct teacher surveys. I mean, your colleagues, your teachers, I mean, your peers. And then you could conduct some parent surveys, and you could collect student achievement data as well. Okay? School level assessment or national level assessment, student achievement data could be a data source. And you could collect dropout rate as well. So depending on your action research topic, it's better to collect various sources of data through interview, through surveys, through assessment, student achievement assessment as well. So it's called triangulation. Using multiple sources of data. It's a triangulation of data collection. So you need to collect all kinds of related data to solve your problem. Okay? And then step 5. Since you collected your data, you need to analyze your data. So what is the story told by this data? What the data say? And why did the story play itself out this way? You need to interpret, analyzing and interpret what data shows. Okay? And step 6, reporting result. It's about reporting. And I said before, when you report the result, you need to add some discussion as well.